Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Rizwan and I help developers level up their front end game with React, modern CSS, and powerful UI techniques like Tailwind CSS and Bootstrap. So, today's video is packed with values. We are going to build a clean, fully functional sign in form using React, Tailwind, Formic for form state, and Yup for validation. So, by the end of this tutorial, you will know how to handle forms in React like a pro with clean validation, elegant UI, and smooth user experience, all without writing a mountain of code. Now, moving forward, starting the project with project setup. For this, I have created a video related to this topic. Create your first React project less than 3 minutes. How to create React project using Vite. In this, I have told you all steps that should you take related to project creation as well as setup of Tailwind CSS in the project. So, without wasting time, as we created our project by watching the video, now starting our coding part. So, after creating your project setup, create a new component named as navbar.jsx. This is already exist, so navbar2.jsx, and use the shortcut key RAFCE. If you are not familiar with this, you can simply install these two extensions. These will let you know about what it is. So now I am quickly generating my navbar component, then I will meet with you. Now for this, the better way to display the nav item is simply place these nav items inside of an array. So I am doing so. Nav items is equal to array. Now what I am doing next is simply creating 3 divs to display my nav items in a way that I see earlier. So now quickly doing so. Design of thumbnail. Now to add flags to display items in a row, then justify around to get equal space around the items and giving padding to the logo, to the background of this. Now creating another div to display my nav items, so accessing them, nav items dot map adding 2 parameters that it got index and value. Now adding UL outside of this and wrapping my div inside of this. Now wait a minute, I will solve this error. Now you see, giving key as index and the value. Now you can see these nav items are now visible at screen. So now keep designing this. You will now giving classes your class name, flex, and justify this flex and gap of around 8. Yes, font bold, text to excel. Next tip, in which our button was placed named as sign in. Now you can see our design is getting better and better. Border of 2 and padding of 2, rounded excel font bold and bg white, over effect bg gray 100, over text black, and now the next task is to handle this responsiveness of navbar, which is now disturbing in the case that, as you can see, all nav items are visible on small screens as well as on large screen. So I am quickly implementing, and I will show you the implementation of the navbar item responsiveness for small screens. Now this is the implementation that I did, is the add a simple state management for menu that will handle the small screens display of nav items, which is handled with this function handle menu, and I am adding this in this thing, and diff on click handle menu. Now this will work in this case, and I have added an overlay that will display behind the nav items that will be visible on small screens. Now I have implemented the functionality for small screens, that is like this. Now on small screen size or medium in Tailwind CSS responsiveness, the main MD screen size is from 768 pixel. So on this I have added a breakpoint that is handling its toggle menu. So on large screen it is also handling the main form, which is the main topic of our today's video, is that how to implement the validations on form. Now our next part is we are doing to implement our sign in page as well as login page, which we are displaying earlier with this toggle button. So now I quickly update, add the login button that we need. Just wait a minute. Login page 2 and sign in page 2. So now in this page I will just show my background image that I am displaying earlier, and bg cover property. So now looking at this, just wait a minute, and height screen, just wait a minute. Now check our background image that I displayed earlier, now visible. So this is stored in my CSS file. Now I quickly show you app.css, and this is the URL which I will give in my description of the video. So now quickly handle or design the sign in page, in which our form. For this, as you know, we are using Formic and Yap validation. So quickly installing this npm iFormic, and after that I will install npm iYap. Now these are installed in my system or in my project, so now quickly use them. And for this we will First of all, use formic from formic, and formic have some properties that we should always write. The first is initial values, so we are displaying this initial value variable and defining at the top with const initial value is equal to our form properties are name, which will be empty, and comma separated username that also will be empty, and password field that also will be empty. So I am keeping them empty as these are the initial values for just for reference, and after that we will we will declare another property that is also very important, is the validation schema. So validate schema. Now this is this const. Just quickly I am implementing and then show you. So this is the declaration of the validation schema, through which we have declared the validation schema that will validate our form fields through name field. For this yup.string.minimum. Minimum is the property of yup that will handle the minimum 3 characters are required. If less than 3 characters, then this error will be triggered. And after that email, then email dot required is the field that that is must required field. You should use this dot required property for this, and the password field. Now quickly I am implementing the body or the fields that we are implementing. Now I am enclosing my whole form fields into a div. Now the form field, and after that the field tag. These are the tags that are built in given by yup validation. So for name. Now I am also quickly implementing these, and after implementation I will display you the final result. Now the final part is implemented as toggle menu on the button sign in. When you click on sign in, it turned on to sign out, and when sign in click, the form is visible, and on sign out click, the form is hidden. So now on click of login button, the error message are triggered, as well as when we touched and without entering anything or focus out, then the error is also triggered. So now quickly look at the code that we want to display. Now I am just looking at one thing that I will just fix this. So now as I defined or tell you earlier that the initial values are defined and the validation schema, the answer for the thing is that why we define these things out of the body of the component. So to avoid any re-render or functions loading time, we just define these things outside of the function body. So now after that the state visible and set visible for this thing that we have implemented on my password. So now show this hide password and show password visibility, and we have used this at the password field. So there it is where we used this. And so now after that the function handle visibility. So after handle submit button that we have implemented on this submit button or login button. So now next is that we added the formic tag. After that the form tag, as formic give us the functionality to use just one child main component or tag, not more than one tag. So the field which we have defined are name and password. Now quickly define my field of name here, as I just missed this. So now renaming this to name, and name is its name. So the type for this is also type is name and the name. So now you can see the field is entered, and the error which is triggering is due to this name is required. And that's it from today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something from my this video, then quickly move on to my channel and click the subscribe button, and that will give me shout out and give me some confidence to create new videos. And you can also find more videos like that, like how to push code at GitHub and how to deploy your project at Netlify. And also I have created a video about responsive portfolio website, as well as how to create first project in React.js, and many more videos like that. For take care yourself, and if you want to create if you want me to create any specific video, then comment me. Or if you have any confusion in this video, then also you can comment me in comment section, then I will reply, and as well as I will create your demand video.